Everyone wants a piece of the skies, and with the explosion of the drone market, it's no longer a pipe dream. But what about the falling out of the sky and onto people's heads part? Well, we caught up with a South African roboticist who's come up with a way to ensure drones and quadrocopters keep safely aloft.
So you want to fly, right? You bought this drone on eBay, or if you're a heavy-duty geek, you built this drone on the dining room table. Now you need to get some airtime. So you teach yourself to fly the thing in open spaces, and it's all fun until it crashes and someone loses an eye. Predictable, yes, but not inevitable, thanks to one South African roboticist. Mark Mueller is one of the engineers working hard to make sure quadrocopters don't fall out of the skies. Currently studying for his PhD under world-renowned futurist Professor Raffaello D'Andrea in Zurich, Mueller's taking his study to something close to iRobot, seeking to develop sophisticated unmanned aerial vehicles that perform like athletes and even grow smarter.
So hovering is basically when you're staying in one spot in the air. So with a quadrocopter, this means that it's standing upright, so the motors are pointing upwards and it's standing still. So that's basically what hovering means. What this means for us is that we need the vehicle to not accelerate up or down, so we need to produce the same force upwards as gravity is pulling down. So we want the motors to produce the weight and force pushing up. So the mathematics allows us to know when something is going to work and when it is not going to work. So we can go off and we can think about a problem, for example, balancing a stick upright, and we can figure out when is this going to work and when is this not going to work without actually putting it on the quadrocopter and trying many different things. So it makes us much more efficient because we can discard bad ideas at a very early stage.
Mueller is in the process of creating a system known as the Flying Machine Arena, or FMA, a portable space that's devoted to autonomous flight. The FMA is where a set of algorithms are activated to deliver instructions to the drone, telling it where to be and what to do. These algorithms are in place as a safety mechanism. So let's say a propeller fails in flight. It's detected by the software, and a set of interventions happens to ensure it lands lightly and safely.
So I think in the recent past, one of the main criticisms of quadrocopters specifically has been if you lose one of the motors, you're going to fall out of the sky without a question. And for this reason, often people want to use 6 or 8 propellers, because then if you lose one, you can always reduce it to a quadrocopter. I think hopefully what we've shown is that you can also use a quadrocopter and still lose something, so this might make them more safe. I'm not sure if this will push them to the point where they become generally acceptable. I hope it helps in that process. I'm sure there's many other problems that we need to solve to get there, but I hope that this is part of the process of making these widely acceptable.
The radio signal that runs the quad relays 50 times per second, telling the 500-gram machine what to do and where to go. Feedback comes through overhead cameras and built-in accelerometers and angular rate gyroscopes.
I think in general, working on technology and automation technology specifically has the capability of being like a force multiplier. So if you make a machine that does something useful, you're actually improving many people's lives at the same time. So I think if people go into these fields, they can have a large impact on the future. In addition, I think it's a hugely fun thing to work on. So I really enjoy it, and I'm sure many other people will also enjoy it. So I think it's a win-win situation.
Quads are great fun. Agile, quick, incredibly maneuverable, but they've also got a real future in business. Imagine quick, automatic delivery of small items. No more UPS guys stuck in traffic. But that's only going to happen when we can be sure they won't be crashing down on unsuspecting picnickers and old-age home outings. If Mark Mueller gets his way, the future is just a few algorithms away.